Hello and welcome to Mindful Wellness. I'm Diane Butera and this is a seated class. Your props will be a pinky ball, a strap, and a block. This is a pinky ball. If you don't have one, you could use a tennis ball as a makeshift. All right, so let's get started. Find your chair, comfortable seat. Be sure that you scoot forward a little bit so that you can feel your feet on the floor. Lift your toes and put them back down. Do that a couple times. When your toes are up in the air the next time, feel the foot point underneath your big toe. Feel the foot point underneath your pinky toe, and then the center of your heel. Put all your toes back down. Come back to feeling those foot points. The ball of your foot underneath your big toe, on the ball of your foot underneath your pinky toe, and the center of your heel. We're moving from the thinking world into the sensing world, moving into sensation. That's our mindfulness practice, is letting go of the busyness of the mind, being the observer of the thoughts. Move so your shoulders are over your hips and the back of your head in line with your spine. Feel the weight of your hands on your lap. Bring your awareness to your right elbow and let it be really heavy. Right elbow sinking towards the floor. Feeling your right shoulder blade relax. And then move your awareness over to your left elbow. Let it be really heavy. As it sinks towards the floor, you can feel your left shoulder relaxing. Eyes opened or closed at this point, doesn't make any difference. Push down into your sitting bones and lengthen the spine out of the pelvis, lifting the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. At the same time, you're rooting down to the sitting bones, lifting the crown of the head upward. There you go. Feel your spine get a little longer. Feel those foot points again. Can you feel your shoulders are over your hips and the back of your head in line with your spine? And then bring your awareness to the roof of your mouth. Might sound a little odd, but by relaxing the roof of the mouth, you can actually release tension throughout the body. So bring your awareness to the roof of your mouth and let it relax. Let it become more spacious there. That just seems a little too weird. Bring your awareness to those upper back teeth, those upper molars, and envision them widening away from each other. There you go. Let your lower jaw relax. Let it unhinge away from your upper jaw. Is it possible to use just your nose for breathing? If not, that's okay. Just do your best. The next time you inhale, inhale into the upper back. Exhale completely. Trace your exhale to its very end. Do this a few more times. Start to lengthen the breath. It doesn't have to be particularly deep. We're looking for a longer breath, 5.5 seconds on the inhale, 5.5 seconds on the exhale. In fact, can you make it long and shallow? Just do your best. Remember, the mindfulness practice, we don't critique, evaluate, we simply observe, accept what is. Then notice how it feels to be in your body. 1 or 2 words to describe to yourself, how does it feel to be in your body in this moment? No right answer here. And then what's your state of mind? Where are you? What's your state of mind? Again, just a word or two. And how's your breath? How would you describe your breath? And based on this information that you've collected, what would serve you best from this practice? What should your intention be? And let's shape that into an affirmation. For instance, if you're feeling like you need more peace of mind, you would say, I have peace of mind. That's simple. So find your affirmation based on what you've assessed with your body and your mind and your breath. And say that to yourself 3 times. And open your eyes. We'll start with a really simple movement called Atlas Axis Mobilization. Atlas and axis describe the top 2 vertebrae at the top of your spine. So first, nod your head just a little bit. It's not a big movement. If you don't see my head moving, that's okay. Trust me, it is. Move from the back of your skull. If we mobilize these top 2 vertebrae, then we can liberate the rest of the spine. This is something you can do throughout the day to release tension. Then move your head side to side, just ever so slightly. Try to lead with the ear, just letting the head swivel a little bit, as if you weren't even using muscles to do this. Movement comes at the base of the skull, right at the top of the spine. As relaxed as you can be. Your chin is still level to the floor, not lifted or tipped down. Bring your head to center and then trace a figure 8 in the air. Eyes opened here. It's just a little one. Go the other direction. Turn it on its side so it becomes an infinity sign. Go the other direction. There you go. And back to center. Let's bring some proprioception into this practice here with tapping. Extend your right arm out and just tap it with your left hand. Go up and down, the palm, the top of your hand, over the back. Go to the other hand, tapping, waking up the body, noticing sensation. And then using your finger pads, you're going to tap the chest, tap the collarbones, tap all the way out to the shoulders and back in and down. And over to the belly. Let's tap around. You're going to go down the left side and up the right. Down the left and up the right. There you go. And then moving over to the legs. Tapping up and down. In the front. In the back. And the inside. You got it. And let's make a fist and tap the kidney area. You're tapping the kidney area here, waking up energy. In Chinese medicine, we believe that energy is stored in the kidneys. You're just waking up the qi here. Good. We're gonna do a little bit of sponging. Sponging, there's a lot of water and muscles, so as if you're sponging the muscles. Go ahead and extend out through the right arm and sponge all the way down, squeezing, and back up. There you go, and back behind. In fact, let's trace the right collarbone over to the shoulder and then go over the top and grab right here. This is your trapezius muscle. Can you squeeze that, sponge it a little bit? There you go, let that arm dangle. Squeeze the trapezius muscle, sponging it, lift your shoulder up, and then drop. Sponge, squeeze, lift up, and turn your head side to side. And release. There you go. And one more time, squeeze, lift the shoulder up, and nod your head up and down. And release. Go ahead and check it out. See if that right arm is a little longer, more relaxed. Let's go to the other side. Maybe you haven't done that left arm. We're sponging from the shoulder all the way down, back up, and then tracing the clavicle on the left side. That's your collarbone. Trace it all the way over. Go over the top. Your fingers will sink in right there. That's your trapezius. Squeeze that. Let the arm dangle. Relax. Sponge it a few times. Good. And hold that muscle, sponging it, squeezing it. Lift the shoulder up and turn your head side to side. And release. And again, squeeze and nod your head up and down. Good. Very nice. Clasp your hands together. Bring your elbows together and roll your wrists. Go both directions. Bring your hands to your shoulders and roll your elbows. Come back to clasping your hands together. Sit up nice and tall. Take a nice big inhale into your upper back. And on your exhale, with the fingers interlaced, press the palms away. Touch your thumbs together. Pull your thumbs towards you. Press your palms away. Take an inhale. And on the exhale, make this sound. Shh. As you bring your arms overhead, you can feel those belly muscles supporting you, engaging. And then bring the arms back down. If this isn't working for you, just stay here or come back to doing your elbow rolls. Let's do that again. Inhale into your upper back. It's the exhale that brings the arms overhead. Shh. Feel how your ribs knit here. And the next time the arms come overhead, leave them overhead. Looking straight ahead, touch your thumbs together. Pull your thumbs to the wall behind you. Press your palms towards the ceiling. Take hold of your left wrist with your right hand. Root down through the left sitting bone. Lift up and side bend over to the right. Look up towards the ceiling. Come back to center. Take hold of the opposite wrist. Root down through the same side sitting bone. So if you're holding the right wrist, root down through the right sitting bone and side bend over to the left. And come back to center and release. Let's do a little bit more with the shoulders and the arms. So we're going to bring the hands over the chest. Be sure that the feet are flat on the floor. Watch for just a second so you can see the movement. So we're going to start with the right hand, sweeping the arm open and out, turning, looking at the palm, bend the elbow and come back to center. All right, let's do that together. Sweep the arm out, twist, open, look at your palm. Bend the elbow to come back to center. You're twisting. Let those right ribs come around. Open. Back to center. And again. We're going to add on to this. This time you're going to lift the arm a little higher so it's at a diagonal. Twist. Bring those right ribs around. Follow the spine, following the left ribs. Hand is a little higher than the shoulder. Look at your palm. Back to center. Turning, twisting, opening, looking at your palm, hands higher now than the shoulder. And one more. And open. Moving to the other side, opposite hand on top. So maybe it's the left side that you're twisting towards. Twisting, turning, opening, palm is level with the shoulder. It's a big twist here. Look at your palm. And one more. And then we add on, this time when we open up, the arm is a little bit higher than the shoulder. Hand is higher than the shoulder, come back. And last one. There you go. Let's take that strap. We're going to use the strap for your feet. Put the strap underneath the ball of the foot, one strap in each hand. Walk your hands down the strap. Now bend your elbows away from each other. Sitting up tall, press down into your sitting bones, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Press the ball of your foot into the strap and lift the foot up a little bit. Walk your hands down the strap, bend your elbows again. Press into the strap with the ball of your foot. So you're getting this active stretch, really pressing into the strap with the ball of the foot, pressing the heel forward at the same time. And release, let's slip the other foot in. Press into the strap with the ball of the foot, walk your hands down the strap, bend your elbows away from each other. Press into the strap with the ball of your foot, press your heel forward. Try to let go of tension in the wrists and in the shoulders. Really work on pressing into the strap with the ball of your foot, sitting up tall, pressing your heel forward. There you go. You can set that strap aside. We're going to use the pinky ball now. Let's take the pinky ball, put it underneath your right foot, and just roll it around. If you want a little extra pressure here, you can lean forward, put some weight onto that right thigh. You're just rolling the ball around. And then go ahead and lift the toes up towards the ceiling. Your heels on the floor, and then go the other direction. Toes on the floor, heel lifts, go back and forth. It's working on that ankle mobility. Good. And then roll the ball around again. As I mentioned, you can put a little more weight onto that by leaning forward. Go into the medial arch, lateral arch. Let's bring the ball forward so now it's underneath the ball of your foot. And bend your toes forward. Big stretch across the top of your foot where your transverse arch is. Reach those toes up, curl them down, reach them up. Slide the foot around like you're waving your foot. And slide the ball to a different spot. Wave your foot. And then explore, leaning into it, put a little weight into it. Explore where there might be a little cranky spot on your foot. And once you find it, oh, it's right there. Stay there and pulse your foot a little bit and twist the foot a little bit. You're just working on that one spot. Don't have to do it too intensely here. We're working on the fascia of the feet. Fascia is connective tissue. Then find another spot. Hang out there. You can turn the foot a little bit, you can pulse a little bit. We're just staying with one spot. I could do this for a lot longer, but we won't today. All right, and then one more time. Roll that ball around. Put your foot on the floor and just notice how that foot feels. Let's switch to the other side. You're gonna roll that ball around. Maybe you're on your left foot now. Go into the medial arch, that's the inside, and the lateral arch on the outside. Put the heel on the floor, give your foot a wave. You can touch the toes, lift the toes, touch the toes, lift the toes, working on that ankle mobility. It's one of the reasons why it gets harder to get down on the floor. So if we lose ankle mobility, you have to have a lot of flexion in your ankles to get down to the floor. All right. And then bring the ball underneath the ball of the foot so we can work on that transverse arch. Curl the toes down and lift them up. And curl them down, lift up, and curl. Big stretch across that transverse arch. Open. Then explore where you might have a little cranky spot here. Find the cranky spot on your foot and hang out there. Perhaps twisting your foot a little bit or pulsing on another spot. It's going to be really helpful if you have plantar fasciitis. I have found that working with my feet with a lot of pinky ball exercises and other exercises has really helped me stay out of those orthotics. All right, one last time. There you go. And you can set that ball aside. Scoot forward in your chair, sit up nice and tall. You're going to take that block. You're going to take that block and put it between your knees. Putting it between your knees. And you might want to put it different position just so that your knees are the same width as your hips. Hold on to the side of your chair. On your inhale, inhale into your upper back. And on your exhale, squeeze that block. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Notice what you feel in your belly. Squeeze. We're waking up the belly muscles. Inhale into your upper back. Squeeze the block and come up onto your tippy toes, squeezing the block, noticing what you feel in your belly. Squeeze really hard and come back down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, squeeze the block, lift your heels, and once more, squeezing and lifting the heels. All right, we'll do a little bit more work on the abdominal muscles, working with the transverse abdominis, which is your corset muscle. You have 3 different kinds of abdominal muscles. You have your rectus abdominis, you have your obliques, and then the deeper corset muscles that really support the spine. Let's put the right foot onto the block. This just makes it a little easier if you can elevate that knee. Cross over with the left hand. You're just resting your hand right here. Bring your waist back and your sitting bones forward. Bring your waist back and your sitting bones forward. I'm gonna lift my heel. Try to press your hand away, but don't resist a lot. Just try to press your hand away. Notice what you feel. Waist is back, sitting bones forward. You're still sitting tall. Really does activate the transverse abdominis, the TA. So we'll hold for about 15 seconds here. You can work on doing this longer. You can do this, by the way, standing. Put your hands on the counter, lift your foot up. You can also do this lying on your back. All right, release. We're gonna bring that block to the other side and putting your left foot on the block. Now remember, your block has different heights. You can always bring it higher. Cross the opposite hand over. I'm gonna come onto the ball of my foot here. Waist comes back, sitting bones come forward. Try to push the hand away without resisting. You don't need to push your hand down. Just try to press the hand away. Don't forget to breathe. Sitting bones are the bony part of your pelvis. They touch the chair. So bring those forward as if you're bringing your tailbone forward. Bring your waist back. Try to push your hand away. It's effort. All right. And you can release. Let's come back to using that strap again. Let's take your strap, hold it, give it a little snap so there's some tension, some tautness to it. Have your hands a little wider than your shoulders. And on the exhale, we're gonna lift the strap up, arms to shoulder height. Inhale into your upper back. Exhale, lift the arms up. Inhale down. Keep a little bit of tension, not too much. Think of Goldilocks, just right. The exhale will lift the arms up, keeping the tension here. Stay here. Inhale into your upper back. Exhale, lift the arms overhead, press down into your sitting bones. Can you feel your lower ribs knitting? Lower ribs knitting. Let me show you what I mean. Draw these lower ribs towards each other, towards the wall behind you. Let's do that again. A little bit of tension, hands a little wider than the shoulders. Inhale into the upper back. Exhale. Lift from the upper arms. There you go. Keep the knitting of the ribs. Feel the transverse abdominis supporting you here as you bring the arms overhead. And one more. There you go. You can set that strap aside. We're going to move into a seated twist here. Let's twist to the left first. So bring your left hand back behind you. You're going to hold the back of the chair, the chair seat. Bring your right arm up and turning to the left. Cross that arm over. Your hips are facing forward even though you're twisting. So you're twisting from your mid-spine. That's the thoracic spine. Of course, your cervical spine, your neck is twisting here. Looking over your left shoulder. Pull just your belly button to the right, just the belly button. Sit up tall, press into your sitting bones, lengthen up through the crown of the head. And come back to center. Let's go the other direction. Sit up tall first. Let the right ribs follow the spine, following the left ribs, twisting to the right now. And pull just the belly button to the left. Take long, full breaths. And come back to center. Put both hands on your lap. Close your eyes. Notice any residual sensations from your twist. Notice how it feels to be in your body. Has anything shifted or changed? Just observe. Notice your state of mind. Notice your breath. Perhaps you have an intention for the rest of your day. You can turn that into an affirmation. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free from suffering. May you be at peace, and may you be loved. Thanks for joining me. Until we meet again, be well.